by our man of the match, Eric Teppen. And Eric, I know this was a tough one. You guys seemed to dominate this match throughout the entire 90, but that one strike, unfortunately, was too much to overcome. Can you just talk about this match from a player's perspective and how tough it is to overcome something like that?
Yeah, I just think that we played a good game. We just couldn't complete on our chances and get one in the goal. They got a good chance and they put it away, and that was the game changer.
I know that from that point on, Marshall really kind of changed how they played defensively, putting a lot of men behind the ball. You were able to see that from your goal position. Did you see any holes in that at all to try to exploit? It seemed like it was tough sledding going against that defense.
Yeah, I mean, Marshall was definitely a good attacking team. They did well in their strategy, and they finished their chances, and we didn't. That was the biggest game changer.
Now, I know for you were able to come up with a big save in that second half to try to keep the mates in it. When you're in that situation, down a goal as a keeper, what can you do to try to get the mates up and righted and keep the momentum high for the offensive side of things?
My main strategy is just keep the energy high, keep them talking, keep them moving, get the ball moving, and just try to get the ball to the attackers and just try to finish our chances.
Now, I know this was a tough one here. You guys have still one more match before Missouri Valley Conference play. It comes up this week at Butler. What do you guys need to do to just kind of get that momentum back on the right side of things and get things headed in a right way going into Missouri Valley play?
I think just the next few days in training, we just need to stay positive, work hard, and try to get better each day, and it'll come.
All right, Eric. Well, thanks for joining us here in the Golf Plus post-game show, and best of luck up in Indy. We'll see you guys again when you take on SAUE on the 29th, but let's bring home 3 points from Indianapolis. How about that?
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, there's our man of the match, Eric Teppen, here today. Joined now by associate head coach Marshall Ray. And Marshall, I know this is a tough one, and this is sometimes how the sport of soccer can be so tough. You guys pretty much dominated throughout, but Marshall was able to convert on one scoring chance in the first half, and even though you were able to possess and create opportunities, just not able to get that equalizer. Can you just talk about what you guys said to the guys after this one to try to keep their spirits up?
We haven't said much yet. I think that conversation will come here in a little bit. We've got to do a better job if we want to be the team that we're capable of being at taking advantage of the 2 games in a day. If we get into a conference tournament, we're going to have to play in a semifinal and a final to accomplish the goal that we want to accomplish, and that's compete and win the MVC championship. So, from the coaching staff on down, we're going to have to figure out ways that we can come out better on the second day of a weekend tournament. Give credit to Marshall. They stuck to their game plan. They took advantage of the chances they had, which weren't many, but they put one in the back of the net, and at the end of the day, that's what this game's about, looking at the scoreboard at the end and seeing who's got 1 and who's got 0. And that today, unfortunately, we were on the losing side of that.
It seemed like after they got that goal, Marshall really was content with putting players behind the ball and really just jamming all passing lanes. I mean, at that point, what he tried to do to try to kickstart an attack to create a wide-open scoring opportunity?
Well, we knew going in they're going to play with 4 in the back and 2 that sit in front of them, and they don't really concede a lot of space, and they're not going to get up the field and press you too much. So we expected that coming in. When they got the goal, they even brought a few more. They held their attacking mid a little bit more, and like I said, credit them. They did a good job, and we needed to do a better job of circulating the ball through midfield and getting it into wide areas, playing it back across into our midfield, and our movement up front was a bit static. So I'm sure we're going to look at that on video tonight, and we'll have a light training session tomorrow, and then Tuesday we'll have to get things sorted out because Butler's not going to give us anything when we go there on Wednesday.
No, it'll be a very tough match for you guys on Wednesday. Looking at that match, and I asked Eric this, what do you guys need to do? That's kind of the last dress rehearsal going into Missouri Valley play. What do you guys need to do better to be successful there and build some more momentum going into Valley play?
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think it's a matter of momentum. I think we've got the team that's capable of competing against anybody in the country, and we've shown that on, in cases playing a man down against Portland and getting a result there with the tie and bringing a point home with us and doing some things that that we're capable of doing. We've played well on some Friday nights against, Mercer's a good opponent. We did well against Belmont to get the ball moving and score some goals. So, like I said before, after the game on Friday, it's more of a mental thing for us. I think we'll come out and be prepared to battle with Butler, and it's always a big in-state rivalry for us. We've got a lot of alumni that live in Indianapolis that'll be there. So, I think the character of our team will allow us to bounce back. It's just a matter of, can we do it when we've got to do it, when it's not easy, and we haven't been successful doing that yet. So we've got to get those questions answered. Like I said, we're capable. We've just got to find that mental approach to games that, once it's difficult, how can we break it down? And today we kind of got stuck into playing some long ball, and we should have kept it a little bit more.
Well, hopefully you guys are able to find those answers. Marshall, we really appreciate you joining us here in the Golf Plus post-game show.